Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, thanks for hanging out with me again today. And if you're new to the channel because of the speed run, welcome. If you guys are regulars of the channel, welcome back. What we have on the bench today is the MF01X chassis for the Poor Boys RC MF01X Speedrun Challenge. This is a brand new build. Didn't have a chassis for the competition, so I had to buy one. Oh, nuts. So got the chassis built up. I built it up completely stock at first. Then I put on the oil filled dampers. They're just the mini CVAs. And I tore it back down and put the TL01 speed gears in it, just to give it a little bit more go. So far, no other modifications. I have a 4,000 kV Castle motor in there, Spectrum ESC in there for just temporary. I have a new motor and ESC coming, so that will get transplanted into here after I'm done with it with the other car. But for right now, for testing, I've got this set up in it just to get it going. Has a standard Metal Gear regular servo. Didn't need anything super fast or, super tough. There's a build video of kind of how I built the chassis up. That's, click that if you're interested in that. But this is basically just my introduction to you guys. If you're new to the channel, then I'm Adam. I have a pretty decent collection of RCs now, mainly Tamiya, Kyosho, stuff like that. But there's, Arma and Traxxas and all kinds of other stuff, Radio Shack, POSIM, random other things in the mix. For you regular guys, obviously you know me, and this is just another for fun project. So once we're done with the speed run, this will go back to a regular old MF01X. It'll go back to probably being brushed. I'll probably leave like a 17 turn motor in it or something, and just put a 1060 in there and just call it done. So if you guys have been following along for the last couple years, I really haven't tried too hard to be at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, I've tried, but there's some point where it's capped out and I'm just, out of either resources, time, or money to do anything with it. Because of those, I've always kind of gone into this lighthearted. I am not a competitive person, so I've always kind of gone into it being on the funny side of things. So for the lunchbox runs, we had the Hot Wheels lunchbox body I did for it. Now, I didn't run it with that one. I ran it with a crashable body, but we did a cool little special livery for that. And then last year we did the Ricky Bobby NASCAR body on the TT02. So this year I bought the Volkswagen Bug kit for this. Now, I don't have any problems with the box art of it, but it's just, I wanted to do something different. So once this is done, this is going to get converted back to just a fun driving bug. So this is not how it's going to end up looking, but this is the VW body that was done up. I just want to do something simple, kind of something classic. So I went with cobalt green and just plain white. Should have done kind of an off-white instead of just the plain white, but I can come in and like white out, put a clear coat or something over it, but for right now I like it. It turned out really nice, and it just is going to be a fun little tootle around car once it's done. But for the speed run, obviously with the plastic bits and the wing mirrors and all that stuff, and just being a pretty little body, I didn't want to wreck it, so we got another body. Now the body we went with, you're fairly limited. It's kind of an odd wheelbase, so there's not a ton of bodies out there. There's the Escort and the Volkswagen Golf, I think, and then the Volkswagen Beetle. But I was like, the Escort was an almost, but I wanted to do something with a fun livery. So I decided to go with a different body. And then I got the body, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do for a livery on this. It's not a race car, sports car, classic car. It's kind of an oddball of sorts type of car, so didn't really have any ideas. So I reached out to Nathaniel at MCI to get his help, and Nathaniel's great. You know, came back right away with a really, really great idea and got the stickers made up and sent them over to me. So they're nothing super custom. It's something, you know, he makes for other bodies, but he thought it was a perfect livery for this. And I have to agree, it turned out really awesome. So the body we went with was a Mazda 2. It's just a regular old everyday zoom little Mazda car you would see on the road, but we did it up in the Mazda 787B livery. So Nathaniel, again, super thanks to him sending over the decals. We're repping the MCI on the roof, MCI on the sides, and then everything else on here is either the kit decals or is the MCI racing decals. So the kit decals, you know, the headlights, the tail lights, some of the grille pieces, you know, just the window surrounds. Between these two, I am tired of doing window surrounds, but I have to say this one turned out pretty well. You know, I was surprised on how well it fit the car, knowing that this is nothing like the, you know, the Le Mans supercar the decals are meant for. So for everything to work out pretty well, it worked out great. The only thing I couldn't really use in the kit, you know, I mean, obviously there were some that just didn't really fit with the motif, but there was a huge charge one that's designed to go on the huge rear wing for the Le Mans car, and it was just, there's not enough car here to put it on. So we sacrificed and put the little tiny charge one back there. But this thing turned out amazing. So this is just a metallic green, black, the fluorescent orange, and I did gunmetal up here for the grill. Just to, they said black, but I wanted it to kind of have the grill area set off a little bit more than the kind of extra ground effects I've got on there. So the cut line on the body is actually here. I extended it all the way down to there, and the same thing on the side. It's the cut line is way up here, and so it's got an extra 3/8 of an inch of extra body down here. And in the back I just cut out, you know, hopefully get some of the air out of it. If we have a problem with parachuting, I'm going to end up cutting the rear window out and gluing in some window netting. And it still needs the wing mirrors put on it. We had some paint issues, so I got to repaint the wing mirrors. They're just going to be gloss black and just stick on there for the fun of it. Now, obviously, these will get cut down. I was really excited with the way it came out, and you know, there's a mix match of, you know, decals, and you know, I tried to be as close to the supercar as possible. You know, like all these, the sponsor decals and stuff down here are correct, the renown, all that's as best it can. The hood, we kind of had to compromise because, you know, there's 4 times as much hood on the Le Mans car, and this one kind of just ends. So we kind of had to make do. And even the number plates on the side, the number plates were a lot bigger, but I just didn't have the real estate back there to put them on, so I had to trim them a little bit closer. But overall, it just turned out super awesome. I'll get some up-close pictures of it on a little turntable. But the stitching, you know, all that stuff, you know, they're big long strips that you cut out, and after you get it painted, you just lay the stitching on there, and that really makes it pop. You know, it looked cool with just the orange and the green on here, but once you started laying down that stitching, it looks fantastic. So hopefully we won't tear it up too bad. I am sure it's going to get some road rash at some point. But hopefully it comes back looking fairly decent, and, you know, we can display it on the shelf beside the Volkswagen, you know, kind of 2-for-1 special, I guess. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'll close it out with some up-close pictures. You know, I'll get the Volkswagen body. You guys can see that up close, and then I'll leave this on the chassis. Now, this isn't necessarily right height. I think I've got to readjust the body posts. Yeah, the body posts have to come down. The body has to come down a little bit more. It's sitting up a little tall, but for right now, you guys get the picture. So that's going to wrap it up for today. You know, sorry it was just basically me talking, but I just want to introduce myself to everybody else that's competing. I'm going to try to watch as many people's videos as I can, but good Lord, there's a lot of people in this competition. Good luck, Phil, on keeping up with everybody. But enjoy the up-close pictures, and everybody out there, as always, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.